I wanted to post this pretty quick little update. Basically, I just shut my car down and I got this message. It is February 27th, 2020, and looks like there's finally an update available for the 12-inch Uconnect. This is the 2019 Ram Power Wagon. I'm sure it's the same for everybody else. The way they work is that they download essentially in the background until it's ready, and then when you shut off your vehicle, you'll get this option to install now or schedule the update later. I'm pretty much going to skip over once I hit the update now. What's going to happen is it's going to shut down and it's going to stay disabled until it comes back up. So there you go, it's going to shut down. All right, it's been about 7-8 minutes. The system finally restarted and booted up. You get this message saying that the software was installed. I tried to get more information, but there really isn't. It's just this one paragraph. I'm going to kind of talk over this part of the video because nothing really happens except the whole system slowly boots up. You're going to see me showing you those little corner messages that kind of show you which modules are being updated and installed. This is where my hopes for a big update were kind of dashed, because I realized that this update is really all about the back services for the Sirius XM and the Sirius radio. It really didn't change anything as far as the actual navigation, any of the climate controls, none of that stuff. Essentially, this update is really just for the Sirius XM portion of the whole setup. And you're gonna see I'm gonna find one new button essentially in the menu, which I'm gonna press, and that is where I kind of got the idea that at this point there, I looked at the climate, everything looks the same, controls all look the same. I kind of scrolled around there, and then I noticed this one new little button essentially that was not there before. I might have been there when I first got the car, but it wasn't there the last few months. It's right there, the activate the Go services. It takes a while to load, then it asks you for all your information. Basically, this is where the Guardian part comes in, and I'll talk about it next. At this point, I realized right there, reading that, vehicle health reports and more, is when I realized what this update is really all about. I'm going to enter all my information and see you on the other side. Alright, so I entered all from information, I hit OK, and it's basically processing. While it's doing that, I'm going to explain to you what this whole update is all about. This is to bring parity between the 8.4-inch system, the Uconnect, and the 12-inch Uconnect. Essentially, what happened is that when they switched over to this new 12-inch Uconnect, they dropped Garmin as the provider of the backend functions, which gave you all those cool little Uconnect app integration where you could see all kinds of functions of your car, all the system statuses, the system health reports, and all that. When they switched over to the new 12-inch, they switched over to Sirius for all the backend as well, and it was all basically broken. You can only do a couple of really, really basic functions, which I'll show you later. It's about to give me the error. There it is. So after all that waiting, you can see the server error, which makes you think that the backend is not quite ready yet. So that should start functioning later. Here, I'm going to launch my Uconnect app, which is actually set up with the Power Wagon. This is pretty much all you get right here. Lock, unlock doors, remote start, remote stop, and horns and lights for emergency. You can also go to the location, which will kind of give you somewhat delayed location data, but that's how bare the options are for the 12-inch Uconnect system as far as related to the Uconnect app. You literally get just 2 screens and nothing else. Now to compare, this is some of the screens you get with the older 8.4-inch system. You get that initial screen, which is the same, but then you get all these other screens as well, which essentially shows all the things you can kind of see from the dash computer, but inside the app. You also get these health system reports and system check reports. Every time your car or truck starts, it runs all these system tests. I mean, most of the time it's all going to be green, no problem. But sometimes you're going to see some alerts and things like that. You also get all the same GPS functions with the, geofencing function as well. But really, to wrap up this video, this whole update essentially is all about bringing parity between the Uconnect app functionality as far as the 8.4-inch system that running basically on a Garmin backend versus the 12-inch system, which are running on all this Sirius XM stuff, or Sirius, I should say, backend. And it was a big missing kind of part of the experience of owning the truck, because I already had my Dodge Durango, my wife's Durango, in my Uconnect. So when I added the Power Wagon, I was expecting the same exact feature set, and it wasn't. All you would get is literally that one screen and the GPS location. And they were promising this update for a while, and at least I can say that after initial disappointment with this update that it didn't touch any of the nav options or any of that, at least it looks like we're finally going to get parity between the two systems. And it's not a big deal for if it's the car or truck you drive all the time, then you kind of already know all this information, except maybe the system reports. But if it's your wife's car or you have multiple cars, it's actually pretty nice, because you can kind of keep an eye on the odometer, keep an eye on the oil life expectancy, things like that. So I am happy that they're finally bringing it. If I find any other changes, I will make another video. But as of right now, that's all there is. I hope everybody gets this update soon, and I hope it works for everybody.